Hello students, how are you? Good evening to everyone. I am Rajveer Singh, your biology mentor. Today we are brings the top part third of the integrations. Right, so let's start today's session, and I hope this session will fantastic and awesome for you in point of view of the knowledge by this fantastic question. So let's start today question session. So first question of the day at front of you, just asking about mammalian thymus is a mainly concerned with what? Regulation of body temperature, regulation of body growth, immunological functions, secretion of the thyrotrophin. So definitely, when we are talking about thymus, and we know thymus is the thorn of the immunity, right? And we know just like as a thorn of the immunity. So definitely, you can pick the right answer, immunological function. But what is the concept behind of this immunological function? So let's see. The mammalian thymus is a bilobed lymphoid organ situated in the front of the heart in the upper part of the sternum. Is it fine? It is a mainly concerned with immunological function, and it is important before puberty for its role in the developing immune system. It helps in the development of a T cell. So the correct answer is the immunological function. I hope you will understand what is the concept. Now, next question. Which of the following glands grow to the maximum size at the puberty and then diminish gradually? Thymus, pituitary, thyroids, adrenal. Of course, answer will thymus, because when we are talking about immunity and during a puberty, then our answer will be first one. Our answer will be thymus. But what the basic concept behind of this thymus? So let me describe. Thymus gland is associated with a development of immune system and present on the dorsal side of heart. It secretes thymosin hormones which play an important role in the differentiation of a T lymphocyte. This gland show the maximum development in children during puberty, and after that it start diminish gradually, and by the age of the 70 it's a become a tiny structure. Is it fine? Then after here, if I talk about pituitary, so pituitary gland is the master gland that regulate the activity of the other endocrine glands and secretes many hormones like growth hormone, follicles stimulating hormone, thyroid stimulating hormones, etc. Then after, at same manner, if I talk about thyroid gland, is the situate between the trachea and larynx in the neck region and secrete thyroxine hormone, which increase oxygen consumption by metabolically active tissue. At the last, if I talk adrenal gland, is a present on the upper side of a kidney and has two parts: adrenal cortex, which secretes glucocorticoids, mineralocorticoids, sex corticoids, and adrenal medulla, which secretes adrenaline and noradrenaline hormone. Answer will thymus will right answer. Now, next question. Relaxin is secreted by which endocrine glands? Corpus luteum, pituitary, pineal, ovary. Answer will ovary. Why we have choose ovary? Because a corpus luteum is formed in the ovary after ovulation and degenerate in absence of pregnancy. But if a pregnancy occur in persist and secrete progesterone and estrogen hormones during pregnancy, corpus luteum also secretes relaxin hormone, which dilate the cervix and aid of the childbirth. Then after, if I talk about pituitary glands, so here you should know about is the master gland that regulate the activity of the other endocrine glands and secretes many hormones like growth hormone, follicle stimulating hormones, FSH, thyroid stimulating hormones, etc. Then after, if I talk pineal glands, so pineal gland is the small rounds. A pineal gland is a small round and reddish brown gland present at the dorsal side of the forebrain. This This gland secretes melatonin and serotonin hormones. Ovary is the primary sex organ in females which produce female gametes or ova and some hormones like estrogen and progesterone. So our answer will be fourth, ovary. Next one, gynecomastia condition can develop due to why? Temporary increase in circulating estrogen in neonates, temporary increase in circulating estrogen at puberty, decreased testosterone in later life. All of this answer will fourth. All of this is the right answer. Why? Because gynecomastia. We can, if we separate this word, guy means new, co, mass means is an increase in the amount of the breast gland tissue in boys or men caused by an imbalance of the hormones estrogen and testosterone. Gynecomastia can affect one or both breasts, sometimes unevenly. That is why we choose all of this. Fourth answer is right. Next one, a placental hormones called the chorionic gonadotropin hormones (HCG), which stimulates secretion of progesterone by the ovary during pregnancy, is proteinaceous in nature, steroid in nature, biogenic amine, both of first and second. Yes, among of them, our answer will be proteinaceous in nature. Why we choose first? Because human chorionic gonadotropin is the embryonic hormones that ensure the corpus luteum continues to produce progesterone throughout the first trimester of a pregnancy. That is why our answer will first. Then after next, high pitch, juvenile voice in a male can be retained by ovarectomy, castrations, sin organisms, new organisms. Answer will be second, castrations. Because the cartilaginous box that is present below the nasopharynx, which help in sound production, is called the larynx or voice box. Is it fine? The yellow elastic fibers here, which connect the thyroid and arytenoid cartilage, are called local cords, vocal cords, or vocal folds. Folds. In male, the vocal cords are thicker, longer, and produce low pitch voice, whereas in women and children, the vocal cords are usually short and produce high pitch voice. That is why we have chosen second option, castrations. Next, find the odd one out with respect to glands and secretion. Glucocorticoids, mineralocorticoids, sex corticoids, norepinephrine, epinephrine, adrenaline, relaxin, estrogen, progesterone, insulin, glucagon, thymosin. Yes, answer will be fourth. Insulin, glucagon, and thymosin. So here see, the gastrin hormone is secreted by the pyloric stomach located adjacent to the duodenum. This hormone stimulates the gastric glands to release gastric juice and regulate the movements of the stomach. Secretin is produced by the small intestinal mucosa region. It may be inhibit the gastrin secretion and stomach movements. Both enterogestrone, the duodenine hormone, are released from the duodenal mucosa. Enterogastrin regulate gastric contraction and inhibit production of gastric juice. Duocrinin duocrinin and then after this hormone stimulates the gastric glands to release gastric juice and regulate the movement of the stomach. Secretins. So secretin is produced by the small intestinal mucosa region. It may be inhibit the gastrin secretion and stomach movement. Both estrogen and duocrinin hormones are released from the duodenal mucosa. Is it fine? So duodenal mucosa, enterogestrone regulate gastric contraction and inhibit production of the gastric juice. Duocrinin stimulate the viscous mucosa secretion from Brunner glands into the intestinal juice. That is why Our answer will fourth. Next one, a production and secretion and ejection of the milk require the synergistic effect of a prolactin and what? Estrogen, progesterone, oxytocin, all of this. Yes, of course, answer will of all of this. But why we have choose all the options? Because oxytocin is secreted from posterior pituitary and helps in the contraction of uterus during childbirth and also stimulate the release of milk from the mammary glands. It means lactation. Prolactin, also known as the lactogenic hormones, is produced by pituitary glands. This hormone stimulates the production of milk in a mammary glands during pregnancy, right? Then after, follicle stimulating hormones FSH is secreted from the anterior part of the pituitary glands. It stimulates the growth of ovarian follicle in female and seminiferous tubules in male. So that is why we have choose fourth option. Next one, secondary messenger is what? Cyclic AMP, ATP, ADP, DNA. Yes, answer will first, cyclic AMP. Why? Because cyclic adenosine monophosphate is a secondary messenger important in many biological processes. It is a derivative of ATP when a G protein coupled receptor on the surface of a cell binds to its particular ligands. The receptor may stimulate the intracellular production of a CAMP by the adenyl cyclase associated with that receptor. Cyclic AMP can then diffuse through the cytoplasm where it interacts with various targets. Thus, cyclic AMP serves as a second messenger within a cell. It is used for intracellular signaling system such as transferring into the cell the effect of hormones like glucagon, adrenalines, which cannot pass through the plasma membrane. It is also involved in the activation of a protein kinase. So answer will be first. Next one question. The secondary messenger which show antagonistic effect of cyclic AMP in heart muscles is what? Calcium plus 2, inositol triphosphate IP3, DAC, diacyl glycerol, cyclic GMP. So what will answer? Answer will fourth. Because here adrenaline binds to its receptor present on the cell surface. It means plasma membrane in heart muscles, cyclic AMP, cyclic adenosine monophosphate act as a second messenger. It increases muscles contraction in response to adrenaline, which a neurotransmitter secreted from adrenaline medulla. Cyclic GMP, cyclic guanosine monophosphate, also act as a second messenger, but it decreases muscles contraction in response to acetylcholine. So answer will be fourth. Next one, the hormone which acts through intracellular receptor protein is growth hormones, prolactin, thyroxine, adrenaline. Answer will thyroxine. Why? Because here our answer will be thyroxine. Why we choose this thyroxine? Because hormone that act on the target cells by binding to intracellular receptor are steroids. So that is why thyroxine is the right answer. But here with thyroxine, I just would like to say with additional messenger. So idothyronins, thyroid hormones, somatostatins, polypeptide hormones, estradiols, steroid hormone, cortisols, steroid hormones, oxytocin, again steroid hormones, aldosterone, steroid hormone again. So answer will be third. Now, next one is about which of the following is an amino acids derived hormone: epinephrine, ecdysone, ecdysones, estriol, estradiols. Answer will first. Epinephrine is the right answer. Because here certain Certain hormones are derived from the amino acids. The hormones secreted by the adrenal glands, including epinephrine, norepinephrine, are derived from the tyrosine and tryptophan. They are produced by adrenal medulla. So our answer is first epinephrine. Next one question: which of the following hormones can play a significant role in a osteoporosis? Aldosterone, prolactin, progesterone, aldosterone, parathyroid hormones, prolactin, estrogen and parathyroid hormones. Answer will fall. Estrogen and parathyroid hormone. Why we you choose? Because if I talk of the option first, deficiency of adrenal hormones, aldosterone leads to Addison's disease, which is characterized by low blood sugar, low plasma sodium, high potassium, nausea, vomiting, and skin pigmentation. Then, after prolactin hormones activate the growth of the mammary glands during pregnancy and secretion of the mammary glands after childbirth. Excess prolactin can cause the production of milk secretion in men and in women who are not pregnant and breastfeeding. Third one option, a progesterone a progesterone secretion is increased so that the endometrium lining is maintained and it checks the implantation in case is a fertilization due to sudden drop of a progesterone result in menstruations. Option fourth, when the calcium level rise due to excessive amount of a parathormones that withdraw more calcium from bones causing demineralizations or softening of a bones, which can easily be fractures, etc. This disease due to hypersecretion of the parathormones is called osteoporosis, osteosis fibrosa, cystica. Excess of parathormones also cause a deposition of a calcium in the kidney. Estrogen deficiency can lead to excessive bone reabsorption accompanied by inadequate bone formation. Estrogen deficiency can therefore lead to osteoporosis. Answer will fourth. Right now, next one question is about hypersecretions of the growth hormone in an adult. That adult does not cause further increase in the height because growth hormone becomes inactive in adults. Epiphyseal plates close after adolescence. Bones lose their sensitivity to growth hormones in adult. Muscle fiber do not grow in size after birth. Absolutely answer will second. Because epiphyseal plates are composed of hyaline cartilage. These are present at the end of the long bone and the bone stop growing in early adulthood due to the closure of epiphyseal plates. In adult, hypersecretion of the growth hormones does not cause further increase in height because epiphyseal plate close after adolescence. Epiphyseal plate is hyaline cartilage plate at each end of the long bone when new bone growth take places. So definitely our answer will be second. Next one question, just about talking about which hormone do stimulate the production of pancreatic juice and bicarbonates. What will be answer? Angiotensins, epinephrine, gastrin, insulin, cholecystokinin, secretin, insulin, glucagon. Answer will third. Cholecystokinin and secretin. Because the cholecystokinin CCK act on the both pancreas and gallbladder and stimulate the secretion of pancreas and bile juice respectively. Secretion act on the exocrine pancreas stimulate secretion of bicarbonates ion. So our answer will be third. Next one, grave disease is caused due to hyposecretion of thyroid glands, hypersecretion of thyroid glands, hyposecretion of adrenal glands, and hypersecretion of adrenal glands. Answer will second. Hypersecretion of a thyroid gland is the right answer. Second will be right. Because our answer will be second. Addison disease is caused by the presence of an infective ACTH, which in turn leads to the deficiency of aldosterone and cortisol hormone of the adrenal cortex. Excessive ACTH secretion by anterior pituitary result in hyper production of cortisols causing Cushing disease. Myxedema is caused by hypothyroidism in adult and is characterized by lethargy, hair loss, weight gain, puffed skin, lowered body temperature, and slow pulse rate. Over the secretion of thyroid hormones, hyperthyroidism cause grave disease, which is characterized by the hormones by the formation of the exophthalmic goiter. So answer will be second. Next one, name the peptide hormones which act as mainly on hepatocytes, adipocytes, and enhance cellular cellular glucose uptake and utilizations. Answer will insulin, glucagon, secretin, gastrin. Answer will insulin because insulin is just a peptide hormone secreted from beta cells of a islets of Langerhans of pancreas. It acts on hepatocytes and adipocyte and also increase uptake of the cellular glucose and its utilization. This causes rapid movements of a glucose to hepatocytes and adipocytes from blood, thereby resulting in decreased level of the glucose in bloods. It also stimulates glycogenesis. It means convergence of glucose to glycogen in target cells. Answer will first insulin. Next one, the posterior pituitary glands is a not a true endocrine glands because it's provide with a duct. It only store and release hormone. It is under the regulation of hypothalamus. It secretes enzyme. Yes, our answer will second. Because here oxytocin and vasopressin hormone are produced by the hypothalamus but stored and are released into bloodstream via the posterior pituitary. That is the reason why it is the not true endocrine glands. Endocrine glands are the ductless glands that secretes and release hormone in the blood directly. So answer will be second. Next one question, about which of the following pair of hormones are not antagonistic, having opposite effects to each other? Relaxin, inhibin, parathormones, calcitonin, insulin, glucagon, aldosterone, atrial natriuretic factor, ANF. Answer will be first. Relaxin, inhibin. Now, what the reason? Choose the first option. So relaxin is a hormone produced by the ovary and placenta with the important effect on the female reproductive system and during pregnancy in the preparation of the childbirth. It relaxes the ligaments in the pelvis and softens the wideness of the cervix. Inhibin is a protein secreted by granulosa female, Sertoli in male, cells in response to FSH, and its major action is the negative feedback control of pituitary FSH secretion, right? Then after, parathyroid hormones regulate the calcium level in the blood largely by increasing the level when they are too low. It does not this through its action on the kidney, bones, and intestine. Then after, if I talk calcitonin, so it is the hormone that is produced in human by the parafollicular cells, commonly known as the C cells of the thyroid glands. Calcitonin is involved in helping to regulate level to calcium phosphate in the blood, opposing to the action of the parathyroid hormones. Insulin is a hormone that play a number of roles in the body metabolisms. Insulin regulates how the body body use and store glucose and fats. Many of the body cells, they many of the body cells rely on a insulin to take glucose from the blood of the energy. Glucagon is a hormone that is involved in controlling blood sugar glucose level. It is secreted into the bloodstream by the alpha cells found in the islets of Langerhans in the pancreas. Then after second last one is the aldosterone hormone is a hormone produced by adrenal glands. The hormone acts mainly in the functional unit of the kidney to aid in the conversions of sodium, secretion of potassium, water retention, and stability and stabilize the blood pressure. Ending one NF, atrial natriuretic factor, is a 28 amino acids polypeptides hormone secreted mainly by the heart atria in response to atrial stretch. ANF act on the kidney to increase sodium excretion and GFR to antagonize renal vasoconstriction and to inhibit renin secretion. Answer will first. Next one question, very important and very good questions. So that about the amino acids tryptophan is the precursor of the synthesis of what? Cortisol, cortisone, melatonin, serotonin, thyroxine, triiodothyronins, estrogen and progesterone. Answer will be second. Melatonin and serotonin. This one will our answer because tryptophan serve as a precursor of for the synthesis of the neurotransmitters serotonin and tryptophan, as well as for the synthesis of anti-plagra, vitamin, nicotinic acids, and the epiphyseal hormone melatonin. Answer will second. Next one. So next one question is about just which one of the following hormone is not involved in sugar metabolism? Glucagon, not right. Cortisone, not right. Aldosterone, yes. This is steroidal hormones, sex steroids, so this is not involved in sugar metabolism. Insulin is also part of sugar metabolism. So answer will third. Because the main role of aldosterone is to regulate water salt in the body. Glucagon prevents blood sugar level from falling too low. Cortisone is an agent for rapid conversions of a protein into carbohydrates. Insulin helps control blood glucose level. Hence, aldosterone is a hormone that is not involved in a sugar metabolism. So our answer will be aldosterone. Yes. Okay. Now, next question is about which one of the following hormones, though synthesized elsewhere, is stored and released by the master gland. Melanocyte stimulating hormone MSH, ADH antidiuretic hormone, LH luteinizing hormone, prolactin. Not right. Answer is the ADH. Because here the pituitary gland is called as the master gland of the endocrine system, and because it's control the function of the other endocrine glands, though pituitary produce several hormones, the posterior pituitary store and release certain hormones synthesized by hypothalamus into the blood, right? ADH, antidiuretic hormone, and oxytocin are produced in the hypothalamus and transported by axon to the posterior pituitary from where they are dumped into the blood. So the hormones, though synthesized elsewhere, is stored and released by the master glands is ADH. Next one, a chemical signal that has both endocrine and neural roles is a what? Cortisol, melatonin, calcitonin, epinephrine. Answer will be epinephrine. Epinephrine is released by sympathetic post, uh, postganglionic neurons, the adrenergic neurons, and serve as a neurotransmitter. Epinephrine also serve as an emergency hormone of a adrenal medulla and prepare body for fight and flight response to intensifying the effect of the sympathetic stimulation. Answer will be fourth. Next one, fight or flight reaction cause. So this reaction cause activation of what? Parathyroid glands leading out to increased metabolic rate, the kidney leading to suppression of renin, angiotensins, aldosterone pathway, the adrenal medulla leading to increased secretion of epinephrine and norepinephrine, the increase the pancreas leading to the reduction in the blood sugar level. Yes, answer will be third. Because the fight and flight reaction is a physiological reaction that occur in response to a perceived harmful event, attack or threat to survival. The animal react to the threats with the general discharge of the sympathetic nervous system, where the adrenal glands produce a hormonal cascades that result in the secretion of the catecholamines, especially epinephrine and norepinephrine. Answer will third. Next one, identify the hormone with the correct matching of the source and function. Oxytocin, posterior pituitary, growth and maintain of the mammary glands. Melatonin, pineal glands regulate the normal rhythms of a sleep-walk cycle. Third option, progesterone, corpus luteum, stimulation of growth and activates of a female secondary sex organ. ANF, atrial natriuretic factor, ventricular wall, increase the blood pressure. Answer will second. Because here the oxytocin produced by the posterior pituitary glands function in parturitions, melatonin regulates sleep and work cycle and is secreted by ventricular walls. Melatonin is a hormone from the pineal glands that help regulate biological rhythm such as a sleep and work cycle. In other words, it a melatonin that direct your internal clock, the one that allow you to walk up about the same time every morning without an alarm clock. Progesterone, secreted by corpus luteum, is steroids hormone involved in the menstrual cycle, pregnancy, embryogenesis. ANF is a powerful vasodilator and a protein hormone secreted by heart muscle cells. Answer will be second. Next one, which of the following statement is correct in relation to the endocrine system? Organ in the body like gastrointestinal tract, heart, kidney, liver do not produce any hormone. Non-nutrients, chemical produced by the body in trace amount that act as a intercellular messenger are known as a hormone. Releasing and inhibitory hormones are produced by the pituitary glands. Adenohypophysis is under direct neural regulation of the hypothalamus. Yes, answer will be second. Because here adenohypophysis is not under direct regulation of the hypothalamus. Here, if I talk about neurohypophysis, so is a under direct regulation of the hypothalamus organ in the body like gastrointestinal tract produce peptide hormones, heart produce ANF hormones, kidney produce erythropoietin, and liver produce angiotensinogen. Hormones are non-nutrients chemical produced by the body in a trace amount that act as an intercellular messenger. They are secreted from endocrine glands. They act on their target organs and carry out specific function. Releasing and inhibitory hormones like tryptophan releasing hormone and dopamine respectively are produced by the hypothalamus. So answer will be second. Next one, very good questions. Figures show human urinary system with structure level A to D. Select option which correctly identify them and give their characteristics and or functions. So definitely we know A is showing just adrenal part, and we can see in options fourth. These are showing right part A is the adrenal, right, located at the anterior part of the kidney. Then after secretes catecholamine, which stimulates the glycogen breakdown. Yes, so our answer will be first, fourth, right? Answer will be fourth, not B, not first, not second, not third. Here you can see also A is the adrenal glands, B is pelvis, and inner to hilum is a broad funnel shaped space called renal pelvis with projection called calyx. Medulla, inner zone of the kidney, and it contains few conical masses called as the medullary pyramids projecting into calyx. Then after it contains a loop of Henle as a part of the nephron. D part is cortex, outer zone of kidney, and content PCT, Malpighian's corpuscles and DCT of the nephron. So our answer will be 4. Next one, a pregnant female deliver a baby who suffers from the stunted growth, mental retards, low intelligence quotients, abnormal skin. Yes, our answer will be definitely yes. Low secretion of growth hormone, not right. Cancer of the thyroid glands, not right. Over secretion, no, this also again wrong. Deficiency of iodine diet, yes. We know because these all symptoms are just showing about goiter disease, right? So goiter disease show by deficiency of the iodine. So answer will fall. But here if I more talk, so yeah, I would like to say just if the mother is having hypothyroidism, there is a un the underactive thyroid which result from the iodine in the diet. It result in the children which have abnormal weight and height, mental retardations, low IQ, dry skin. Answer will be fourth. Next one, select the answer which the correctly match, and the endocrine glands, and the endocrine glands and the endocrine glands so match endocrine glands with the hormones it secretes and its function deficiency symptom. First, posterior pituitary, growth hormone, oversecretion stimulate the abnormal growth. This one is not right. Thyroid glands, thyroxine, lack of iodine in diet result in goiter. Yes, this one is right. Corpus luteum, testosterone stimulate spermatogenesis. This is not right also. Anterior pituitary, oxytocin stimulate uterus contraction during childbirth. This one also eliminate. Answer is second. So here I would like to say about just anterior pituitary secretes growth hormone GH, thyroid stimulating hormones TSH, adrenocorticotropic hormones ACTH, luteinizing hormone LH, FSH, and prolactin. Then after if I talk posterior pituitary secretes, so that is one antidiuretic hormones ADH, also known as a vasopressins. This is a hormones help. This is the hormone helps the kidney to increase the water absorption in the blood. The corpus luteum secrete progesterone, thyroid glands secrete thyroxine, which help in the regulation of the body metabolism rate, heart and digestive functions. The body needs iodine to make thyroid hormone. So therefore, lack of the iodine in diet result in disease called as the goiter. Answer will second. Right? Next one, which one of the following pair of hormones are the example of those that can easily pass through the cell membrane of the target cells and binds to a receptor inside it, mostly in the nucleus? Somatostatin, oxytocin, cortisol, testosterone, insulin, glucagon, thyroxine, insulin. Answer will second, cortisol and testosterone. Because cortisol and testosterone are example of those hormones that can easily pass through the cell membrane of the target cell and binds to the receptor inside it, mostly in the nucleus. Lipophilic hormones are easily associated with the bilayer of the plasma membrane and pass through it. So, lipophilic hormones easily pass through the cell membrane to of the target cell. That is why we choose second option. So, dear students, that was today's sessions. Thank you for watching to me, and really I am very happy to teach this topic with fantastic, awesome question. So, I hope you will enjoy to my these sessions. Thank you for watching to me. Bye bye.